3,100 power, almost fully best in slot, getting those traits up, and completely free to play the entire time. This is 10 mistakes you're probably still making in Throne and Liberty. You should definitely understand when you're trading and before you spend a ton of Lucent the difference between evasion and endurance. Players in PvP and just in general are either going to hit you or they're going to critically hit you. Magic evasion, melee evasion, ranged evasion reduces the chance that they hit you in general. Endurance reduces the chance that they critically hit you. Did you know that your Amitois actually have their own lithograph with some interesting stats in here? Now, the first few levels are not that great, but once you start getting down, you'll notice these Abyssal Contract Token efficiency percentages. Now, this is extremely important because as you gather this, when you're farming in the open world dungeons, your contract tokens spent are going to be done so much more efficiently. So let's just say we have a total of 10% efficiency and we go into Shadowed Crypt. Instead of taking or consuming 50 of these tokens per kill, we're only going to consume 45, which means we're going to get 11 kills for every 10 we used to get before we had the efficiency. You're probably using your Amitois wrong. You don't have to always be progressing up. What you need to be doing is doing the icon you have most of, or the Amitoi type. Now, Ursula Fields, or Urstella Fields, has this little golden corn or golden wheat icon, and you'll notice that I actually have the majority those. You'll also notice that when I'm on this tile, they have a little green arrow. That's because they're meant for this tile. If I go to Carmine Forest, which is green, you're going to notice I only have 2 of them, and they're not special. They're not lit up backgrounds. So if I was to go here and fill it out with all 5 and go to 8 hours, like I always do, I'm going to get 820 points, a maximum of 10 of these and 1 of those. But if I go to 1 level down, or Stella Fields, and I fill it with the creature type, at least all the ones that I have, I'm now going to be getting 840 token points and a max of 12 of each of these. There's a very good reason Throne and Liberty only allows you to make 1 alt character, and you should definitely be taking advantage of it and leveling that to 50. Your alt and your main both share 2 very important things, the first thing being male, and the second thing being lucent. That means we get an entirely new lithograph book to fill and extract traits or lithographed extractions from to sell on the auction house, get way more lucent, and if we so choose, feed our main. We get a second list of weekly missions where we can get a bunch of good things to yet again earn more lucent for our main if we so choose. You get a completely second set of daily resets, whether we're talking about the dimensional contracts for dungeons, which will feed the abyssal contracts, or the weekly resets where you can go to the sundries vendor and get all of these contracts like the Sanctum of Desire, Shadowed Crypt, which of course are all going to give you those abyssal pouches and chances at way more things to sell on the auction house than if you just had 1 character. While it may be tempting, don't spend your 40 Abyss currency on one of these precious epic equipment chests that you can find from the Weapon Crafter or the Accessories Crafter. If you wait until you have 80 Abyss currency and 10 Abyssal aggregate, you can go to the Armor Crafter, who is the only one in Stoneguard that sells this chest. Now with it, you can get some amazing things. Right off the bat, this Shock Commander plate armor sells for right around 2,800 lucent on my server, which is insane. But some of the things you can get in here are best in slot for multiple classes and really hard or a low drop chance otherwise to obtain. Stop trying to complete these resistance force contract scrolls if you're in a group. When you're in a group, you're using your abyssal contract token points, and this is a very scarce resource. Go into your map, click on the dungeon that you're going to go farm your contracts at, and click on monster info. If you don't see a piece of gear you need inside of these loot tables, you should not be inside of a group while you're farming. You will be consuming your abyssal contract tokens for no reason. You do not need to be inside of a group to get credit for a kill or even drops for a contract inside of a group. You do not need to be in a group. You do not need to be wasting your abyssal contract tokens on that. We've all taken a look at the leveling log and it's just an absolute mess. Yeah, you unlock things as you level up, but then in the shop, there is this leveling log pass, premium leveling pass. And when I was level 50, I thought, well, I don't need to grab this for 500 Lucent. I'm already level 50. I've already completed it. But what most people don't know, and what I didn't know until a little bit ago, is that this is essentially a second battle pass. Let me show you. If we go into the leveling log, it looks like each level unlocks these rewards. But go look at yours right now if you haven't got that. These down here are going to be locked. And this is a ton, like 20 accessory grow stones right there, precious level. There is a ton of resources at the bottom of this that for 500 Lucent, which you can easily earn in an hour, it's extremely worth it. Don't overlook it. It's not just an autocomplete from level 1 up to 50. It is all of this down here. Even at 3100 power, I need to go back and complete 16 of these missions. After 200 hours, I still have 16 incomplete missions that give some very important things. Not on the bottom, looking to the top now, these give an additional stat point for each one that you complete. That is insane. That is a way to get way more power really quick. Feels like every time I open up my guild rewards, I'm getting well over 1,000 of these, along with these chests that we're getting all of the time. As you start progressing, selling lithographs, trade extracting, leveling your skills, traits, all of those things, you're going to start running out of these materials, and these are a daily limit. Now you get an absolute ton of these, so you need to go in every single day, and for only 275 of this, overwhelming amount of guild currency we get, you need to be buying that every single day. Once a week, every week, you need to go right next door to the Sundries merchant, and you need to make sure you are picking up his contract scrolls. All 6 of these, all 3 of these. If you've ignored your secret dungeon, I mean, just look at all the level rewards on the right side. You should not be complaining about power or lack of resources unless you've already done all of this. A lot of you are ignoring arena, and I'm not telling you to go do ranked matches, but you can only get 6 arena coins every single week, and it's on a weekly gated timer. If we take those coins and we go to Castleton, at least the north side in the arena zone, we're going to find the Arena Sundries merchants that sell some really good items. Yes, you can blow them 3 at a time on precious blessing pouches, but you can also get things like some really nice bracelets. These bracelets, however, are for 9 currency. You can only get 6 a week, so you better start now. People are not prioritizing their weeklies correctly. Let's face it, not everybody has 100+ hours to put into a game if you only have a limited amount of time, and I've talked about this before. I know you can go and click the percentage signs next to each of these on your weekly mission board to see exactly the drop chances. Like if we go to guild, we have a 0.31% chance of getting these weapons, but if we go to world, we have a 2.7 to 10.8% chance. Just prioritize these appropriately. This may be personal preference, but I really did not like the initial HUD, and you can fully edit it. You can see the edit HUD right here. You can drag anything anywhere or just drag it off the screen, hide it, change the grid, the spacing, the UI size in general, and it's literally all just right here at the bottom in settings. Honestly, I'm learning new things every single day inside of Throne and Liberty, whether that be do's, don'ts, or this will get you killed. In a lot of cases, it's the latter, and while that's not great, I'm having a ton of fun. Like I said, I'm about 220 hours into the game, both my characters level 50, one at 3.1k, one just at 2k, but he's really only there to feed Lucent to my main. We've made right around 30,000 loose in total, about 19,000 of that being in the last 7 days, just through farming these abyssal contract tokens and dungeons. We're almost fully bis now. We have our two-piece shadow harvester, our nether bow, and I know the heroic staff of the resistance isn't bis, but we have the staff of the umbromancer, oof, with health regen that'll get swapped out over here. So we will be best in slot once that is there. Seems that this cape is our bis, even though it's a blue, and I know we need to get those traits swapped around. But on pretty much everything else, our traits are looking really, really good, and we're really happy about that. So we're coming along nicely. Leave a comment down below. What has been your favorite setup to play? Of course, I'm solely bow staff on this guy, and on my alt, I'm running Great Sword Dagger, which seems like a nightmare in PvP for my opponent. The stun lock is insane, but overall, I've really been enjoying it. Let me know what you think, your thoughts, and your favorite class down in the comments.